Well, I'm gonna mount this rear end here. We got a 4x6 or 2x6 channel. I'm gonna mount it with flat side up against the body and cut out one piece for that flat spring perch plate. Got the cutter set up here so I can get it straight. Well, I cut 4 inches out on each end. I cut the riser with a cutoff, and I used a torch for the rest of it. That's a pretty decent cut. Now I gotta put it up in there and see where it goes. Okay, I put that plate in there, measured it, centered it. I'm off a 1/4 inch front to back, but I'll be able to drill 2 holes in there, 2 holes in here, and then that'll go on the bottom of the plate, and then I can weld it right to this frame. I'm not sure about the up and down, but it looks pretty decent, and I've got a pretty good angle on that rear end right now. It's like maybe 10 degrees, and I can kind of change that, but that's where that'll go. Now just drill me some bolt holes in here and put some bolts in it and do a little final tweaking, and then I'll weld that cross member into that rear frame. Well, I drilled these out, bolted spring, got them vertical, welded this in on both sides. So that's all solid and good. It's got good spring in it. So the rear end mounting is a done deal. Anyway, we fooled around with this. Kind of got a wheel on it, and clamped a big plate to try to get it to steer. Problem is that this has got a 1-turn lock to lock, and it's all worn out. Don't have any brakes anyway, so bought the bullet, bought a 40 Ford axle and a disc brake kit. We get some spring perches and put on it. Probably some kind of a steering setup here. I'm not going to be able to use this as is because it's only got 1 turn. I thought it was a straight shaft, but apparently there's some kind of gear reducer or something in this business here. Anyway, we'll try to use this spring and get a good axle and some good wheels on it. Make this thing worth driving at speed. Well, I've been fighting with this all day. Cut out some brackets, and what they were supposed to do is go on the inside of the frame here like that and bolt into the cross member, and I made 4 of them. But it turns out, if you look down in here, I got about 4 inches to the frame, and on that side is 5 inches. You can kind of see here on the rear end. It's shorter on the right than it is the left. So when I mounted that new mount in there, I assumed it was going to be the same, centered in the frame. So made a template, cut me out a bunch of arms. Now these two on the left will still work, but I'm going to have to extend these an inch. I'll show you. Yeah. See if I put this on the hole, you can see it's just touching the frame. It needs to be all the way in here, so it's at least an inch off. So what I'm going to do is just weld an inch on the end of this, so it'll move it over. That way I can still use my pieces. And this was kind of a pain in the butt. Took all afternoon. No cigar. Well, trying to make a bigger thing. You can see, just took a torch and whacked this out. And you can hear the grinder over there. Gary's straightening them out. There's one of them. It's gonna work fine. Just I think we'll only have to make 2. I don't know. Well, here was the next step. We got all these braces and everything all welded up. So we took the front ab of this cab. You can see here it was back of it just gone, and marked it up here in front where it would clear the motor. It was a little generous, but good enough. Cab's up. It's mounted onto the braces, so that's where that goes. We're going to replace all this with 2x3. That whole thing has got to be redone, and back here across for the back of the cab. Build this all out of 2x3 square, but that's a cab sitting on it where it's supposed to go. Pretty close anyway. So this is another day's work. I finished the motor mounts. They're all welded. Motor straight. Everything straight, tight. This cab is a lot of sheet metal work. It's basically 90% gone. The only thing that's really important is this place here where the door hinge goes. That's gonna have to be pretty steady, and it is. It's not rusted out. All this tin here comes out. You can see this one's already busted loose. Got a 4 amp gauge that might work. Hopefully we can turn that into on-off switch. Floorboards are about that angle, so Probably have to notch the top of the floorboard a little to clear the valve cover. And it looks like we got a tag up in there that might be good for something. Anyway, starting to kind of look like a truck.